Okay, start பண்ணலாம்.
Warm good evening to one and all present here. Ma'am, let me start, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
மதன்,
Sir, sound
என்னாச்சு மதன்?
வாய்ஸ் வரல மேம், பேசிட்டு இருந்தாங்க, டக்கு கட் ஆயிடுச்சு போல.
இல்ல
கங்கராஜ் சார். Yes. Okay. So warm good evening to one and all present here. I heartily welcome Velamal Engineering College for our IGEN ENSAVCON version 2.0. So in the past 6 sessions, 6 slots, all were enthusiastically participated and showcased their talents and the outcomes of IGEN ENSAV Club's projects. So I heartily welcome Velamal Engineering College and Ahalia to project and showcase their talents in our ENSAV Club's IGEN ENSAVCON UNSCG Code 713 conference. So all the best, guys. The stage is yours.
Sir, shall I start, sir?
Yes, proceed.
Yes, sir. First of all, a very warm welcome and a happy evening to one and all present here. And my warm welcome to those who are watching via YouTube. So the ENSAVE Club of Velamal Engineering College is extremely delighted and proud to be one of the most primitive members of IGEN ENSAVE Club. Today, we are here to present our events as a part of IGEN ENSAVCON 713, which is a grand conference on the Sustainable Development Goals 7 and 13. So moving on to the agenda. I hope the agenda is visible to everyone. The first event is going to be the inauguration address. Followed by that, we'll be having the presentation of BEC Energy Conservation Audit presentation. And the third event is a debate which is conducted by the students of Velamal Engineering College, which is on the topic, are electric vehicles a feasible solution for climate change? And the fourth event is ENSAVE Connections, which is a fun-filled event where you should guess the word by connecting the pictures shown in the screen. And the fourth event is a recorded singing program to promote energy saving mantras. And the fifth event is the presentation on energy monitoring or energy integration device, I would rather say, by one of our ENSAVer, Mr. Murali Krishnan from the company VBind Innovations Limited. And finally, we'll be having a valedictory address by our faculty coordinator, Mr. Rangarajan. So moving on to the first event, inaugural address. I humbly request our beloved HOD, who is an important pillar of our college ENSAVE Club, Dr. R. Uma Maheshwari ma'am, to commence the section by providing her inspirational quotes and valuable thoughts. The stage is yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Naresh Kumar. A pleasant evening to one and all present here. So a warm welcome to one and all present here for the IGEN Institute of Green Engineers Energy Swaraj Awareness Conference on United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 713 Conference. This session is organized by Velamal Engineering College as part of Velamal Engineering College G9 ENSAVE Club activity. In this session, we are here to more emphasis on SDG goal 13, that is climate action, and 7 on affordable and clean energy. I'm Dr. R. Uma Maheshwari, Professor and Head at Velamal Engineering College, along with my faculty coordinator, Mr. V. Rangarajan, and our active student members. Welcome you all for this session with a lot of takeaways. Along with you all, I'm also eager to hear in this event. If you see, I think the global warming debate is now pretty much over, and people recognize the need associated with the presiding resources which do not generate the heat which is currently provided by fossil fuels. I concur that the climate change is beginning to have an effect on our natural resources, and that now in the time to action. Wind and other clean renewable energy will help, and our reliance on fossil fuels and combat the severe threat that climate change poses to humans and wildlife alike. An increased push for energy efficiency, renewable energy technology, electric mobility, along with the growing digitalization movement and a universal carbon pricing structure
Madam,
would speed up
ma'am,
the...
your PPT not moving to the next two, ma'am. Hope, I think.
Yes, sir, no problem. And the universal carbon pricing structure would speed up the carbon-free future and rise of a global middle class we desperately need. So we must all do part of this. Replacing traditional resources of energy completely with renewable energy is going to be a challenging task. However, by adding renewable energy to the grid and gradually increasing its contribution, we can realistically expect a future that is powered completely by green energy. So along with you all, I am also here eager to hear from our student participants and with a lot of takeaways. So we cordially invite everyone to attend this program and get benefit out of it. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That was a very inspirational speech. So moving on to the session. The first event is the energy conservation audit presentation. For presenting this energy conservation audit, I humbly request Ms. Harini and Ms. Maheshwari from the final year, that is the 4th year of the Department of EEE, to take away the stage.
Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to everyone present here. Myself, Maheshwari, and my teammate Harini are here to give a presentation on energy conservation and audit of Velammal Engineering College. What is energy conservation? Energy conservation means reducing the consumption of energy by producing or using less of it. This could be in the form of using fewer energy services or using devices that require less energy. Energy conservation is a big part of sustainability and sustainable development. To conserve energy, we need to take small steps like switching off the lights and fans when leaving a room, unplugging devices or appliances when they are not actively being used. Save 1 unit a day, keep power cuts away. Next slide. Importance of energy conservation. Energy conservation has a shared benefits like sustainable living, saving money, quality of life for community and everyone, community assets, reliable clean energy supplies, and low greenhouse gases. Energy conservation plays a significant role of lessening climate change. It helps the replacement of non-renewable resources with renewable energy. Energy conservation is often the most inexpensive solution to energy shortages, and it is alternate to increased energy production. Next slide. What is energy management? Energy management can be broadly defined as proactive, organized, and systematic management of energy used in a building or organization to satisfy both environmental and economic requirements. Energy management as a process that involves the optimization of energy used for the best possible outcomes and taking steps for its conservation. It also includes planning related to the production of energy and its storage for future usages. The ultimate aim of this process is not only to save the cost, but also to achieve complete environmental sustainability. 5 key steps of an energy management strategy. Step 1, get commitment. First step is that everybody in an organization or a sector should clearly understand the benefits of energy strategy and support the proposed energy saving measure. Step 2, understand the issues about the energy uses within the organization. Step 3, planning and organize. Start by carrying out an energy survey to see where you can make energy savings. Use all the information you gather to produce an energy policy and identify long, medium, and short-term energy saving targets. Step 4. Develop an action plan. Once target is identified, draw up an action plan outlining the practical steps to achieve your goals. Step 5. Control, monitor, and report. Monitor the performance regularly to check that there is a progress towards energy saving goals. Put in a procedure to make sure that the system will carry and operating efficiently and continue to make the savings in future. Our final year project is based on energy conservation and audit. Our project name is Energy Audit of Velamal Engineering Campus and Development of a VEC ENSAFE mobile application. The main aim of our project is to analyze and calculate energy consumption pattern of the college based on the result of survey, to develop an electrical layout and web application to monitor and conserve the electrical energy in VEC. From here, Annie will continue the presentation.
Good evening, everyone. We first started our project with a survey of each and every block where we noted down the number of loads, ratings of each and every loads. After survey, we calculated and analyzed the total power consumption of each and every blocks of Velamal Engineering College. Based on the analysis, we made an electrical layout and a target was made. Then we gave solutions for the energy conservation to meet the target to reduce energy consumption. Finally, we did post-audit analysis and a web application was developed. In the web application, we listed the need of energy conservation and its 9 mantras. Students of Velamal Engineering College can log in into the web application and can upload their activities, and at the end of their academic year, and green certificate will be given to them. Next slide. These are the total number of loads which are connected in each and every block, and mainly we included here is that light, fan, system, and AC. Next slide. Centralized AC was located in our college in mainly 3 places: in Bill Gates Block, Anna Auditorium, and in Vivekananda Hall. The ratings and the number of counts are listed here. Next slide. In our campus, 72 watts and 36 watts fluorescent tube lights was found in large amounts, and we calculated the total power consumption, which came to be approximately about 135 kilowatt. But if we go for T5 LED tube lights, whose rating is 28 watt, the power saved would be around 68 kilowatt. So rather than using fluorescent tube lights, people can shift towards LED tube lights. Next slide. Fan loads. Similarly, we have 80 watts and 50 watt ceiling fan, where the total power consumption is about 145 kilowatt. But if we use BLDC fan, which is nothing but brushless DC motor fan, where it uses DC supply, instead of AC, directly using the AC supply, it will convert the AC to DC, and it uses permanent magnets instead of electromagnets. So the power consumption will be less, and also the heat produced will also be very less. Its rating is 30 watt. So if we go for 30 watt BLDC fan, the power saved is about 90 kilowatt. Next page. Power produced during solar panel. Like we planned for setting up solar panel above the Vishweshwara block, and the area of the VB block rooftop was approximately 12,000 square feet. So we planned of going for 72 cell 330 watt solar panel. The one panel power is about 330 watt, and the size of the one panel is about 21 feet. So minimum power which will be obtained from going for installation of this much solar panel will be about 160 kilowatt power and a maximum of 183 kilowatt power. Next slide. Solutions to conserve power. So thus, by using T5 LED tube light and going for BLDC fan, we can reduce a much larger amount of power. And also by installing solar panel, we can produce power of maximum of 183 kilowatt, and also by maintaining some good practices. Next slide. We actually created some awareness posters which implies us on the good practices. Next slide. This is one of the poster we made which imply on the good practices, like turn off the air conditioner when exiting and be green. And then this poster is mainly based upon the phantom power. Phantom power means unused devices when plugged in leads to energy wastage. This poster implies on after usage, shut down the computer and switch off the power to save energy. And finally, the most important thing, switch off the light and fan when not in use. So do Earth a favor, be a power saver. It's the code. So based on these good practices, we can save energy and conserve energy and making our Earth a green planet. Next slide. These are the photos which were taken during our survey process. Thank you.
So that was an inspirational speech. I hope our students have inspired the audience to conduct energy audits at their respective venues. Thank you so much, Ms. Harini and Ms. Maheshwari. Up next, we have the debate show. So this debate is on the topic that are electric vehicles a feasible solution for climate change or not? So let me introduce you the teams. First, myself, S. Naresh Kumar, I'm going to be the moderator for this debate. And the people who are going to speak for feasible side, that is, they're going to say that electric vehicles are a feasible solution for climate change. They are as follows: Ms. Surya, Ms. Anjana, and Ms. Priya. And the team which is going to argue that electric vehicles are not feasible are Mr. John Daniel, Mr. Lakshman Raj, Ms. Parvadani, and Mrs. Karpagam. So moving on to the debate, I would like to welcome first Mr. John Daniel and Mr. Lakshman Raj to prove their point about electric vehicles feasibility. I hand over the session to Mr. John Daniel and Mr. Lakshman Raj. You can take over the stage now.
So, good evening, everyone. Myself, John Daniel. I'm going to justify the non-feasibility of electric vehicle. Now, first we are going to see about the cost of the electric vehicle. Why the cost of the electric vehicle is very expensive? Because they have high capacity batteries, sophisticated car parts, noise is very low, mainly high taxes are charged by the government. Initial cost of the battery in vehicle is extremely high. Almost 25 to 50% of the cost of the vehicle is allocated for its battery. The cost of the electric vehicle, such as Tata Tigor, cost rupees 12.49 lakhs to 13.64 lakhs. Other vehicles cost up to 47 lakhs to 70 lakhs. But the normal fuel vehicle cost up to 4 or 5 lakhs only. By this, we know that electric vehicles are costlier than fuel vehicles. Next slide, please. Next, we are going to see about the distance traveled by the electric vehicle. The biggest drawback of electric vehicle is that you can't go as far as you need. The electric vehicle cannot be traveled for long distance. Electric vehicles can travel between 60 to 100 miles when it is fully charged, but in fuel vehicles, we cannot travel up to 400 kilometers. Here we know that fuel vehicles cannot travel long distance compared to electric vehicles.
Good evening, friends. Myself, Dr. Lakshman Raj. We are going to see about charging station. As we know that the main disadvantage of EV is charging in the charging station because it takes an hour to several hours charge the vehicle depending on the battery's size. In our country, there are only few charging stations, so that leads to range anxiety. In case of battery, in fossil fuel, I can carry my rescue fuel very easily in cans, whereas in EVs, I cannot take my rescue battery because costs almost 25 to 50% of my EV itself. In summer, charging our EV, we cannot drive because already the battery will be at high in temperature. After the charge, when we drive immediately, again the battery will be heated, so the risk of busting is high.
So as we can recall the disadvantages of electric vehicle, Electric vehicles are very expensive to buy. People can't drive as far as long in electric vehicle. Electric vehicle creates more emissions. It takes times to charge. Replacing of battery is very expensive. The cost of the battery is also expensive in electric vehicle. There are very less number of charging station available in our country, so that there is a lack of charging station in the electric vehicle. Continuous heat of battery leads to fire or burst of electric vehicles.
So that was very much arguable thoughts from Mr. John Daniel and Mr. Lakshman Raj. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Anjana and Ms. Surya to share their points that electric vehicles are feasible solution for climate change. The stage is yours, Ms. Anjana and Ms. Surya.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Anjana S, here to justify that electric vehicles are feasible. In aspect of electric vehicle maintenance and cost, electric vehicles typically require less maintenance as there are fewer fluids like engine oil that requires regular maintenance. The battery, motor, and associated electronics of an electric vehicle requires little to no regular maintenance, unlike the other vehicles that run on fuel basis. The battery of electric vehicles lasts about 10 to 15 years before needing to be replaced. And about the population of electric vehicles in India, according to the eVahan portal, India has around 9.6 lakh electric vehicles, with Uttar Pradesh and Delhi having the highest number of electric vehicles and Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram having the least. In 2021, around 3,29,000 EVs were sold in India, representing a 168% increase over the sale of the year of 2019.
Myself, Surya. Electric vehicles are better performance. Electric cars are not only lighter, but have faster acceleration. It also environment friendly as they do not emit pollutant. Electric vehicles are tax and financial benefits. Electric vehicles are very easy to drive and they're quiet. Electric vehicles are growing in popularity. It nearly 3 times as efficiency as car with internal combustion. Electric vehicles do not produce more pollution than fossil fuels car. Next slide, please. Efficiency of electric vehicle. In aspects of efficiency of electric vehicles, cost goes on single kilowatts. There's Tesla Model X 305 miles and Tesla Model 3 long range 322 miles, Tesla Model S 391 miles, and Nissan Leaf Pulse 222 6 miles. Next slide, please. From efficiency perspective, electric vehicles convert 60% from grid to vehicles, but petrol or diesel car convert only 17% to 21% of energy stores in fuel to vehicles. From this, we can observe that there is a wastage around 80%. Electrical vehicle motor makes automobile more efficiency than ICE. That is internal combustion of engine. Next slide.
In case of recharging of electric vehicles have a great advantage because EVs can be easily charged at home, which is highly convenient in this busy society. In case of worrying about the electric usage and bill, natural renewable resources of energy like solar energy can be used, which are developing rapidly and is found in many places all over the world. So I hence conclude that electric vehicles are feasible. Thank you.
So a very nice argument by both the sides. Let us see what would be the conclusion. Before that, we have one more side to speak that electric vehicles are not feasible for climate change. So to prove their point, I now call upon Mrs. Karpagam and Ms. Parvadani from Velamal Engineering College INSAVE Club to take over the stage and prove their point that electric vehicles are not a feasible solution for climate change. Ms. Karpagam and Ms. Parvadani, the stage is yours.
Happy evening, everyone. Myself, Parvadani from Velamal Engineering College INSAVE Club. Our friends argued well, but now we are going to see the disadvantages of electric vehicles. Friends who justify electric vehicles are feasible stated that the battery has a long range, but their range diminishes in colder temperature. This will not happen in our fuel vehicles. The battery peaks or loses capacity when they are in cold temperatures, and the lack of availability. Electric vehicle cannot be handled with the same way of fuel vehicles. We are used for fuel vehicle for many years and years. There will be adaptability problem and there will be a lack of availability for the spare parts and the technical engineers and the service centers and the recharge points. If the spare parts are damaged for my fuel vehicle, I can change it in an hour. Cause many available in many places, but this is not the case in the electric vehicles. And of course, the recharging point. Electric vehicle cannot be driven for a long distance. We know it. It must be charged. Consider time taken to charge it. For example, if one person gets a EV vehicle and goes for a trip, and it changes and its charges goes down, consider the amount of time that he or she will spend for charging. But in fuel vehicle, there will be a nearby petrol or diesel pump. They can carry on by filling the diesel in there. And it also increase our electricity bill. As we ENSAVE Club members, we will talk many about saving the energy. Now consider the energy that is used to charge an electric vehicles. Our friends from the Feasible team will want to make sure of this, and I think they will offer the money for charging an electric vehicle, it seems.
Good evening to previous slide. Good evening to all. The manufacturing battery made emissions. The friends from the feasible team stated that the EV vehicle will not pollute compared to the fossil fuel. When EV will causes carbon dioxide emissions during the manufacturing of batteries. For example, the lithium battery power capacity of 1 kilowatt hour have the equivalent carbon dioxide emission of 73 kilograms. Next, the resale value is not convenient in EV vehicle. Now, if we have a EV vehicle or I want one, I can buy it even if second hand according to my finance status, but the EV vehicle, the resale value will not be convenient because, for example, 5 years old used EV vehicle when compared to the 5 years used normal fossil fuel vehicle will be higher than the EV vehicle. The EV vehicle dissipates faster than the normal fossil fuel vehicle. Then the phasing shortage of power. Normally we have some shutdown days in normal summer seasons. But when we use our EV vehicle in city sites, the city sites that are already facing an acute power shortage are not suitable for EV. The consumption of more power could hamper the daily power needs. Then the EV vehicle have lower amount of choices when compared to the normal fossil fuel vehicles. Next slide. There is one case study on coming on the days when we the normal operation of braking, the motor generating regenerative braking when we instead of slowing the scooter, that will make an accident to the users. Then sometimes the user have no knowledge about the battery management systems. They're overcharging times the battery will burst out, and it is affect the users and families.
Okay, friends, now see the accident happens. This is because the battery separator is highly volatile to external shocks. An EV accident will surely result in an explosion because the battery separator is usually extremely thin and it cannot resist any shocks. See the Okinawa battery blast, and in that, a father and daughter were killed in Vellore in Tamil Nadu.
So I think that was an arguable number of points from the side of not feasible team. Let us analyze the entire arguments done by both the teams and let us come to a conclusion. Before that, we have one more participant to speak about the feasibility of electric vehicles, which is Ms. Priya. I now call upon Ms. Priya to justify that electric vehicles are feasible. Ms. Priya, you can continue from now.
Okay, so hi, good evening. I'm Priya and I'm going to discuss some of my thoughts on why electric vehicles are feasible. So whenever we talk about the benefits of an electric vehicle, we would mention things such as its reduction in air and noise pollution, lower carbon dioxide emission, benefits in terms of lower running and other things, running costs and other things. So let me add a few more points to support my statement. Next slide, please. So about 90% of the braking job in an electric vehicle gets done by the motor, which feeds the kinetic back into the battery. That also means the brake pad could be used much less. There are reports on electric vehicle that says that about 186 kilomiles on the speedometer and is still run on the first pad, which means there are much less harmful brake pad friction particles going into the air. An electric motor can react on a millisecond basis, which helps dramatically in situations where tire friction matters. You know, in terms of combustion engine, they have to suck in air, induce gas, light up the gas, and then use its rotary energy to be transmitted by clutch to the transmission of the wheels. So talking about the cabin heating of an electric vehicle, it is instant. A cabin of an electric vehicle usually gets warm within a minute. So that means if you're waiting for somebody in the cold, you don't have to decide between either letting the noisy and polluting engine running or freezing inside the car. So the coolest part is about this is most of the modern electric vehicles can be heated up remotely using a mobile phone, a smart mobile phone. An electric vehicle also has an excellent performance in freezing temperature. You will definitely not struggle to start it up after letting it stand in an extreme cold for a night. And after that, there is no ideal temperature that your motor has to reach in order to not to damage itself. Next slide, please. An electric vehicle has no running time for the engine. Even though the most modern gas engine requires a certain running time where you're not supposed to hit a certain speed limit because it might damage long term. So to the gas engine. So on the other hand, an electric motor can be pushed to its limit the very moment it gets started. And more aerodynamics. An electric motor requires much less cooling than a gas engine. That means an electric car can be shaped much more aerodynamically because no air has to be funneled through the gas engine compartment, and that means less turbulence. So on the underbody of an electric vehicle usually holds much more space because it consists of a battery which is put in like a skateboard. So on the other hand, the gas engine, you will have a lot of things to be put in, like an exhaust pipe, the gas tanks, and other stuff, which will occupy a lot of space and cause more turbulence under the underbody. And finally, An electric vehicle is actually spacious. Yes, the batteries still have to be much bigger than the gas tank, but the cool thing, as I mentioned, they will be placed flat under the cabin, which will leave a lot of space for the rest. And yeah, an electric motor are barely bigger than a watermelon, which means much more space is left for people, luggages, and other stuff. With this, I'm concluding my debate on telling that electric vehicles are feasible. Thank you.
Okay, we have come to an end of the debate. It is time for conclusion, guys. After hearing all your thoughts, I have come to a conclusion. So let me read my conclusion out. A bird does not rely on a temporary twig. Rather, it relies on its own wings, which are permanent. Similarly, electrification of automobile industry is not missioned relying on temporary fossil fuel sources, but it was done relying on renewable energy sources. Our nation has started investing on renewable energy sources via its Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Recently, India has set an ambitious target of 175 gigawatts of renewable energy production for 2022. According to experts, despite the pandemic and related economic depressions, we might still get a huge number closer to the target. Not actually all electric vehicle batteries are exploding if they are shown like that. Actually, the electric vehicle batteries which are exploding are mostly from electric two-wheelers. This is because of the continuous or prolonged overload due to continuous charging. So before that, I would like to share some progress of Velamal groups towards sustainability. Regarding, as I said, our nation is taking various steps. Velamal Engineering College or Velamal groups have taken a major step by establishing a solar power plant at Sivagangai district, which is producing 40 kilowatt, 40 megawatt electric power constantly during the summer seasons. So as our government as well as our Velamal groups are continuously contributing towards the renewable energy sources. Moving on to my conclusion. The first thing is that, for example, let us take a recent incident which took place on March 28, 2022. So as one of the speakers from Not Visible team was showing a picture of EV burning an Ola electric scooter. This is the same news which is covered by Hindustan Times. They have stated that the two-wheeler was kept outside the house and it was keep on charging for the whole night, which stressed the battery a lot and which caused it to explode. So we can see that most of the electric vehicle accidents are due to faulty operation and not because of faulty design. I agree that there are minor flaws in the design of electric vehicles too. The solution for those design flaws is that the fossil fuel vehicles are undergone almost 200 years of redesigning. So EVs do need time to get back in their best form, because EVs have reached the market only a few decades ago. And moreover, there is no knowledge for most of the people. I mean, the civilians, the illiterate people don't have much knowledge about the electric vehicles. So we should inculcate the knowledge of electric vehicles to normal illiterate as well as common public. No knowledge is already known to us. Likewise, we have to inculcate the knowledge of electric vehicle operation and maintenance too. Fossil fuel vehicles are the past and electric vehicles are the future. We are in a transition state between these two. So we must not try to jump back to the past. We must try to find solution for filling up the dents of the future and progress continuously. So thank you so much for listening. So this is the conclusion of this debate. Up next, we have a fun-filled game show called as BEC ENSAVE Connections. Enough of technical content, I suppose. It is time to jump into some of the fun-filled sessions. Now, we have VEC ENSAVE Connections, which is a fun-filled game show where the audience who are joined in the Zoom meeting, as well as who are watching us in the YouTube live, to recognize the images which we are portraying, and you should guess the word which we are trying to communicate. I hope we can move into the game show. The first slide.
Renewable.
Super, sir. Fantastic, sir. That's right. And I tell you that this is the easiest one available in this game show. Next.
Global warming.
Superb, excellent. It is actually global warming. Fantastic. So what's this?
Greenhouse gases.
Yeah, they are greenhouse and gases. I think the game is progressing well. So try to find this one. What's this? It is one of the primitive sources of energy which we are using till date. I can give you a clue like that.
Fossil fuel.
Yeah, that's great. It is fossil fuels, because the first one is actor Fahad Fazil, and the second image is few, and the third image, the girl is ill. So fos, ill, and fuels. I can see from the reaction of Madan sir itself how complicated it was. Yes, sir. Moving on to the next question. This one is quite simple.
Lithium-ion batteries.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. You're right, sir. Lithium ion box, bat, and a tree. Lithium-ion battery. So next, it is one of the non-conventional energy sources.
Solar
Nuclear power. Nuclear power.
Sir, it is actually solar power, sir.
Oh, is that
Because,
a solar? Okay.
Yeah, the first image represents the human soul, sir.
Okay.
Soul R and power are solar power, sir. Very nice answers from the crowd. I suppose they are very much interested in energy saving related terms. It is solar power. Moving on to the next question. It is a bit technical. It is, I can give you a clue. It is a process where plants start growing towards light. You can just, the first word was correct, sir. The second half, it needs a change. You can say the first one is a photo. Second one, what does it represent, sir? Actually.
Oh, no idea.
Anyone from the crowd? Or am I getting some YouTube answers also? Okay, there are some answers coming inside. Fine, that is right. Photo autotrophy. Yeah, that is a bit technical, because it is a process where plants start growing, where they are attracted by light. Automatically, they start their trophism towards light, which is called the photoautotrophy. It is a bit related to climate change and plant growth. So the next thing, I think the social media birds can guess it easily. The first one is from Instagram. Now you can guess it easily. What do you call that thing in Instagram?
It's something biotech.
Biotechnology.
Biotechnology.
Yeah, right. It's biotechnology. First one is the Insta Bio. Second, it is written there as tech. And third image is knowledge. And there is a smile. So this is a bit easy. You can see the name of the vehicle and the movie name in English.
It's eco-friendly.
Yes, sir. Right, sir. Eco-friend and Bruce Lee. It is eco-friendly. So what is this?
Pollution.
Yeah, that's right. Great. I think this was quite simple, but I thought it would take some time. I got the answer much quicker. First one is a poll where people are voting, and the second is the person is pointing at you, and the third is sun, pull you and shun, pollution. Next, I think this would be a much more difficult one. The
ozone depletion.
That's fantastic, sir. You are very quick than I was expecting.
It's nice to get. Yeah.
Superb, sir. So what would this represent? This is something related to electric vehicles. I'm giving you a clue.
Charging station.
Superb, sir. Yes, it's right. Charge, and the second is Mr. Xi Jinping, the president of China, and the third one is the station, Charging Station.
The people had worked a lot, right?
Yes, sir. We are working for the past 2 weeks.
Good.
Thank you, sir. So moving on to the next question. This is one of our SDGs. It is quite simple, with which we are conducting this conference.
Climate change.
Climate change.
Yes, I have got a couple of answers from the crowd itself, and I think the YouTube is flooded with some answers too. I've got some correct answers also. That's really nice to watch. It is climb and hat, and the person is getting change for his dollars or some other currency. Next, what would this represent? This is the organization which we are trying to, or we have recently tied up with.
Global Human Organization.
Global Health Organization.
Global Health Organization.
Yeah, I think I've got answer from Mrs. Kavita, I suppose.
Yeah, global. Yes.
Ma'am, that was a really great answer, ma'am. It is World Health Organ Eye, and the nail polish brand is Station, World Health Organization. So moving on to the next question. What is this? This is one of the effects of climate change.
Glacier melting.
Superb. It is glacier melting. Glass, air, and the ice is melt, and the last is ink. Next, I think boys would answer this much quicker by seeing the pictures. Forget about the brand in the first picture and think generically, you can get it. It is one of the causes for climate change. I can give you a clue like that.
CO2 emission.
Super, sir. Mr. Murugannath, sir. Right answer, sir.
Carbon emission.
It is car, and the second is bun, and the third is actress Amy, and the third is fourth is sun. It is carbon emission. And what is this?
Deforestation.
Super, sir. It is deforestation. Next question. I think I can increase the pace right now. This
Oil
is
crisis.
Yeah, it is oil crisis. Next, what is this?
Geothermal energy.
Super, sir. It's right. Next. This is what we conduct. Any guesses from the crowd? We also had an event short before based on this topic. I've got an answer from the YouTube viewers.
Energy audit.
Yes, sir. Right, sir. But the YouTubers have overtaken you in this particular thing, sir.
Good.
N, R, and G. Fourth one is Audi, and the last is energy audit. So thank you so much for playing this game. And also the YouTube viewers, it was a fun time with you. And I've got many quick answers. I've never expected that. So great work, guys. And upcoming event is the singing event, which is done by one of our students to promote SDGs. It is a recorded one. So I'm going to play it now. Sir? பண்ண முடியல சார் இதுல. Okay. சரி பண்ணுங்க சார். இதுல பண்ண முடியும்ல சார்? இதுல போஸ்ட் இல்ல சார், வெறும் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம் சார். ஓகே சார். I think we have some issues with the sound. I think the people who are in the meeting couldn't hear the song. We will play that at the end of the session. Moving on this meeting to the next session. So next, I would like to call upon Mr. Murali Krishnan from the 4th year of EEE BEC ENSAVE Club from BBind Innovation Private Limited.
Yeah, good evening to one and all. Myself, I am Murali Krishnan, and we are going to see about the energy system integrations, what we have been till now working, and also to support SDG 7 energy sector. So at first, we are going to see about the report and the statistic of installed energy generation capacity of India in 2022. And second, we are going to see about what are the action taken by us to support the energy sector by developing the energy monitoring module. And last, we have been seeing the target plans what we are going to achieve in future to support energy system or sector. So as per what I said in first, the overview of a report in energy consumption in India. The electric consumption in India sectorial 2018 to 2019, and also from the 2020 to 2022, the maximum energy consumption is taken by industry and domestic purpose area. So we have been till now we concentrated and we have been developed a particular model to these both sector only. So till now the industries and domestic consumption is high. So we have taken a survey and concentrated for particularly on industries and domestic purpose area only. So action taken. As per I said, we have developed a energy monitoring module with like a product, and also it can be easily integrated and easily integrated with existing circuits like home appliance, and also in industries area like lot many energy consumptions. So let's see what we have been taken till now. You can see. Before that, I am happy to say that we have been started a startup called VBind Innovation and incorporated a VBind Innovation Private Limited. It's a purely research and development based oriented startup in which we want to bind an innovation solution for our problems in a very effective and feasible way. So this is one of my favorite quotes, like think globally, act locally. As per the quotes, we have been researched and developed an energy monitoring and controlling module with easy and safe integration method in existing solution. Now we can see the device and the app what we have been developed till now, and it's working real timely till now also currently. So this is the app and the device. You can see the processing unit of our app. So it can be also easily connected with the supply line from the usage that we can connect. So the consumed energy data is transferred to the cloud database, from where the cloud database we have been seeing the in IoT app. In IoT app, we have been shown the voltage and energy and current and power of the particular device consumed, or a particular circuit, particular energy or a drives consumed. So we have been monitoring for 24/7 daily purpose. Now you can see the log data of the borewell monitoring, especially a borewell monitoring we have been monitoring for energy consumption. You can see the analyzed data on left side, the data log from January to March. We have been showing the minimized data so far to visualize. On right side, you can see the graph of power of 4th Jan to 7th Jan. And also we have been intimated that the particular user that 6th March on 6th January, they have been consumed a lot more power than other days. And also for energy data and the energy and current, you can see for current, current and the power, we have been refreshed every day by day of to monitor particular energy of a particular device. For energy, we have been adding day by day to see the total amount energy of the month to consume, what they are being consumed for the month. As per I said, for the target plan, we have been monitored and successfully monitoring, and we are developing currently a controlling system by the receiving a monitoring data from the device, and also we have been developing a notification and alarm system to the user. So I hope you have been understand. Till now we have been monitoring the data, and also we have been developing a control system by the monitoring data in future. So thank you for this giving this opportunity. If you have any queries, you can contact our college, Velammal Engineering College. If not, you also contact directly to our VBind Innovation Solution, VBind Innovation Private Limited Company. And thanks.
Sir, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir. Sir, what's up next, sir?
Hello.
Sir?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Running out of time.
Yes, sir. That was a very nice presentation by Mr. Murali Krishnan.
I'm Amrita from Inside Club of Minimal Engineering College. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் யோசித்தால் என் கையை நேசித்தால் சொர்க்கம் என பூமியை மாற்றலாம். நீயும் நானும் உலகின் வளங்களை போற்றி போற்றி காப்போம். வானும் மண்ணும் இனி வரும் உயிர்களை போற்றி போற்றி காக்கும். இறைவன் தந்த இந்த இயற்கையினை உந்தன் நெஞ்சம் மறந்ததே. சோலைவானமும் அந்த மருந்தமும் நாம் இழந்து தவிப்பதே. வானமும் மறந்தே கரைந்து போனதே. வண்ணம் குருவின் காற்றினை கதிர்கள் மடியதே. ஏன் இந்த சோகம் உயிர்களின் சாபம் அவைகள் வாழ்ந்திட ஏங்குதே. பிறந்தது தவறா இறப்பது சரியா வாழ்வுகள் தேடி வருந்ததே. மாற்றம் கொள்வோம் மண்ணுயிர் காக்க நம்புவோம் இது நம்புவோம். ஏற்றம் கொண்ட இமயம் வாழ்ந்திட நம்புவோம் இது நம்புவோம். இறைவன் தந்த இந்த இயற்கையினை உந்தன் நெஞ்சம் மறந்ததே. சோலைவானமும் அந்த மருந்தமும் நாம் இழந்து தவிப்பதே. வானும் உலகிற்கும் பல சேர்ந்தால் நியாயமா? உன் வீட்டினர் மட்டும் சுத்தம் செய்தால் போதுமா? நோய்கள் ஏனோ வாழ்வது ஏனோ கங்கையில் தினமும் கலங்குதே. வாழ்க்கையிலே ஆறுதல் தேடி ஆக்சிஜன் இங்கே அலையுதே. நதிகளை சுத்தம் செய்வோம் இது நம்புவோம் இது நம்புவோம். விதைகள் நடுவோம் விளைச்சல்கள் விதைப்போம் நம்புவோம் இது நம்புவோம். Thank you.
I hope everyone enjoyed the song. Moving on to the final part, as we are running out of time, I humbly call upon Mr. B. Rangarajan, the faculty coordinator of our club, to deliver the valedictory address.
Thank you, Naresh. Green evening for everyone present in this green forum, which is the ENSAVCON 713. So it is very pleasure to VEC ENSAV Club to present in this forum before students, friends, and delegates and from other colleges, ENSAV members. So VEC ENSAV Club has started in the year 2019, and we are running towards energy conservation in and around Velamal campus. And we have started a lot of programs, and we have initiated various energy awareness programs to all the college students in Velamal Engineering College. Due to that, we could able to reach around 2,000 to 3,000 childrens about energy conservation. So subsequently, we could able to save around 1 unit per day in 1,000 to 2,000 homes. So that is equal to around more than 1 lakh of units is being saved through the years. So knowingly or unknowingly, the Velamal ENSAV Club is contributing towards the green Mother Earth by saving of 1 unit of energy. As we all know, as we are in the system to propagate that around 60 to 50% of energy what we are utilizing right now, it is coming from thermal energy. So knowingly, unknowingly, everyone is utilizing, enjoying the electricity in various aspects. And they are putting out the greenhouse gases to our Mother Earth. They are polluting with NOx and XOX, and they are polluting with the carbon particulates. So all my dear friends, join us together and we can save the Mother Earth by saving 1 unit of energy. Our mantra, always ENSAV Club mantra, 1 unit of energy saved is equal to 1 unit of energy produced. So VEC ENSAV Club is constantly working in this aspect with the ENSAV Club theme. So the next year we are planning for VEC cycle for green along with YRC, VEC palm tree plantation drive, VEC ENSAV public awareness program, VEC ENSAV singing competition, save energy, save Mother Earth mime competition. Hope so. The VEC ENSAV Club is going to make a footprint on energy saving awareness campaign under the ENSAV brand. Thank you for everyone, students, student coordinator, Mr. Naresh Kumar and the team for giving the wonderful 1 hour jam-packed program. Thank you, each and everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your valuable speech, sir. Now, after 5 minutes of delay, we are handing the session over to Ahilya School of Engineering and Technology G9 ENSAV Club. Thank you so much for your support throughout.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Naresh. Thank you so much, Rangarajan sir, and thank you so much all the student coordinators, student volunteers who actively participated. And that was, as you said, it was a power-packed performance. So a great show, guys. I didn't expect this much from you within a short period. So expecting to get same enthusiastic performance in the upcoming years also. Thank you. All the best. All the best. Thank you. So now, without so much delay, we'll hand over this session to Ahilya School of Engineering and Technology, Palakkad.
So good evening all. I'm Dr. Muruganand, Professor and Head of Electrical Department of Ahilya School of Engineering and Technology. Thank you, the Green 9 members, for allotting this slot for us. We will take over the session. Vaishnavi, are you ready? Can we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead, please.
A goal without a plan is just a wish. With the beautiful thought.
Please turn on the video, sir. Please turn on the video, sir. Whoever is talking, please turn on the video. It is YouTube live.
Sir, have a network issue.
Yeah, please proceed, please.
A goal without a plan is just a wish. With the beautiful thought, I wish you all very good evening. Every day is a new day that enables us to learn and gain new experience and knowledge. Today we have hospitable guests to enlighten us. With the great respect and reverence, I welcome each and everyone for the IGEN ENSAVCON Conclave 7:30. Music has a very important role in human life because everyone likes to listen to music. Now I welcome Mr. Pramod Krishna of Essex Tripoli Department Asset for the welcome music.
Excuse me, sir. Can you please give me the permission to present?
Yeah, it's done. Gautam, go ahead, Gautam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pramod. Now I welcome Mr. Jamshir of SIEEE Department Asset for the welcome address.
Hello, is it audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
A very good evening on all present here. Today we have gathered virtually for here IGEN ENSAVCON 713. I'm glad to have this opportunity. Welcome to you all this occasion. On the behalf of our institution, ILS School of Engineering and Technology, I cordially invite Dr. G. Pandian, Principal Head of IGEN. Welcome, sir. And I would like to welcome Dr. L. Raj Ramesh, President of IGEN. Welcome, sir. Next, I like to welcome Dr. J. Balamurugan, Vice President, IGEN. Welcome, sir. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Marceline Beno, Vice President, IGEN. Welcome, sir. And I would like to welcome all the IGEN coordinators and members present here. Now, I gladly welcome Dr. P.R. Sri Mahadevan Pillai, President, Principal, ILS School of Engineering and Technology. Welcome, sir. And I would like to welcome Dr. G. Muruganan, Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, Head of Department. Welcome, sir. And I welcome all the teaching and non-teaching faculties and organizers present here. Last but not the least, I would like to welcome all students of ILS School of Engineering Technology and the viewers present here for this grand evening of IGEN ENSAVCON 713-2022, present here by Green 9 ENSAV Club of ILS School of Engineering and Technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamshid. To know more about writing an effective home energy audit, I welcome Dr. Muruganan Gopalraj, HOD of EEE Department Asset.
So can you please allow me to share the screen? Madan sir, can you please allow me to share the screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. My slides are full. Yeah, good evening all. Thank you for the opportunity. So here in a short span of time, I'm going to say how to write an energy audit report. Why I do chosen this topic is Green 9 ENSAV Club particularly concentrates on how to conduct data domestic sector. And very recently, Bureau of Energy Efficiency have come out with a program called Home Energy Assessors, right? And I'm very glad to say that Kerala State is the first state which has come out with such a kind of process. And I have successfully completed this course, and I registered my own company, Kasturi Enterprises, as an empaneled member of this Home Energy Assessor. So in that, I learned a lot of things from the Energy Management Center, Trivandrum, and Center for Energy and Environment, along with the Kerala State Electricity Board. And recently, during the last National Energy Conservation Day, our Prime Minister inaugurated this Home Energy Assessor program, in which my feedback was also given as a part of that program. So with all these things, I feel that the students over here and the faculty members and the auditors or the energy assessors over here, it may be it give a brief idea about what is, how to write the report, a very effective report, so that a layman could also understand. So that is a main idea. So going into the type of comments, so the audit report, it starts like how we present a book. It starts with the acknowledgement, then followed by the executive summary, and you will have the table of contents, introduction to the system, then types of utility system, description of the loads, account measures, and finally the appendixes. Everybody knows what we have to do, what we conduct in the audit. So this is a sample audit which we have done very recently in the for a client from Malapula. And so the first platform will be like acknowledging the client and also acknowledging the empaneled or the empaneled, but there is the designated state agencies, we call it as designated state agencies. So here in Kerala State Energy Management Center is the designated state energy, because they only provide support to conduct the audit for the assessors. So being an energy assessor, I should acknowledge both the client and also the designated agency because of their support. So we started like that. Then followed by the executive summary. So please look into the executive summary. So in the summary, we have an overall glimpse. By looking into the summary, we can see what is going to be who is the consignee of that particular energy assessing system, and then how much is their actual consumption with what are all the ways in which they can move, and after implementing all the energy conservation steps, how much energy or how both in financial wise and also energy wise, how much they can give. So by reading through this executive summary, instead of writing in too many paragraphs, we are presenting in a very beautiful way, such that with the help of the data analysis itself, anyone who is going to read through it will make it will know what is what, and they can grasp how it goes ahead. Right. So followed by the table of contents. So table of contents, as we have, most of them are preferring only soft copy. We request all the assessors to make it as a hyperlink, so that whenever they click to that, it particularly goes to the particular topic. And also the list of abbreviations and the notations used, everything we have to do it. Then coming to the introduction part, I'll start with the introductions. Introduction says the background of the client. So what is the client system, how many floors they have, what is the area, how much rooms they have, how much are working people, and how much are total residents. And the very major part where we concentrate over here is we take the whole total house and we concentrate on the complete energy system. We don't restrict only to electrical. We do it for all the type of energy service available at the home. In that is, we concentrate on the thermal energy also. That's why we focused on LPG. Then we make an utility system. What are all the utility systems available? What is the cost per unit? How the energy consumption has happened? The bill, energy bill which has happened, and we have find out what is our on an average, how much kilowatt, what is the rupees, everything we have calculated. Followed by it, we will assess the total connection in the system. How much load is connected in each and every system, and what is their annual energy consumption. We just check it with this one with the earlier one. If both are matches, okay, then we can proceed with the system, right? Then coming to the very critical part, that is the analysis and making the conservation part and making the energy savings. We classify the household system into following, like lighting systems, room comfort systems, refrigerator systems, water pumping system, cooking system, and it goes on like that, right? So lighting system, we all know, obviously conversion of conventional lamps into LED lamps will give a greater effect. That is what we call it as lighting system. Why I am presenting here, you may have a question, right? So this is known to all, but here when you look into it, you should, those who are available over here can understand the technology that is being used, the technical terms. So instead of directly mentioning as a fan system or an air conditioner system, we are nowadays mentioning it as a room comfort system, right? So room comfort system, in the sense it covers overall, including the ventilators at the kitchen also, everything will be covered, right? So making a human to live a comfortable life and a sophisticated life, this room comfort system will be used, followed by the refrigerator system. Very lot of thanks to Green 9 ENSAVCON Club, because they gave me an awareness of this refrigerator system, and so far almost I have crossed 59 energy audit classes. In each and every class, I address all the participants, particularly the female participants, to take care of the refrigerator of their home. Thanks to Dr. Ramesh, the president of the chairman of IGEN, he educated me a lot on this refrigerator system when he was inaugurating the club over along with me in my campus and also in other campuses, right? So thank you, sir. At this time, I thank you. And also the water pumping system also, he taught us many things in that, and then the cooking system. So like that, we will make it. So in the energy conservation and opportunity saving analysis, we don't write stories here. We present everything in a very clipsy manner. So you can see what is the outdoor lighting system, what is the ground floor, what happens in the first floor, everything, the type of the room also we mean it. Then what is the type of the lamp that is being used, the power rating, the average working hours, daily energy consumption. So these will be presented. That is the actual scenario currently available, will be presented at one point, followed by the energy savings and the recommendations that will happen at the another point. Along with the payback calculation also, we will do it. So payback is also very, very essential when you go for a home energy system, right? So coming to the room comfort systems, the similar one you can see. So we here in this, what happens is we have to note the step at which the fans rotate. So these are all the technical terms, everybody will be knowing it. So that will make us to understand what is the level of the consumption of energy accordingly, and we will make it like this. So these things will happen. And finally, after all these things, we will make it as appendices. Why these appendices are necessary? The reason is, see, people want to know how we have proceeded with the audit, right? So the main supportive structure, how we conducted the audit, is the electricity bill that is being given by the utility company. So that will, we have to make it as an annexure. So compulsorily we have to include it. And not only that, as we, the assessors are giving an awareness of reducing the energy consumption, we have to provide them with the list of vendors. Say, for example, suppose in the room converter system, we say, please go ahead with the BLDC fans. Then we should say who are all the BLDC fan suppliers, and if possible, the local dealers also we can recommend, right? So all those things we have to do. So like similarly, like the inverters, around the refrigerators, everything, right? So these are the things that that will make an energy audit report a very, very clumsy one and easily accessible one. So this is what I would like to present in a short span of time. So thank you for patient listenings. If you have any queries, you can please post your queries in the chat box so that I can answer individually. So thank you all. Vaishnav, please take over.
Thank you, sir. Now I welcome Mr. Arjun M. of S4 Triple Department Asset to present a report on econ measures of Asset Green 9 Club.
Could you allow me to share screen?
Yeah, 1 second, ma'am. Yeah, done. Arjun, done, Arjun. Arjun? Arjun? Sir, hold on, sir.
I'm checking it, sir, please, sir.
Yes.
Krishna, please proceed with the next one so that we can ask Arjun to present it later. He's having some network issue.
Next, we are going to present the activities done in our college as a part of IGEN NSAVE Club. For that, I welcome Mr. Gaudam, S6 Department Asset.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Greetings, everyone. I am Gaudam M from S6 So I'm here to give information about the report of how we performed in the academic year of 2021 to 22, and we are still continuing in the same track with more positive energy and more desire to do more for this IGEN club. So one of the most important and one of the brilliant projects or activities that we have done came under the banner of Urja Kiran. The word Urja means energy and Kiran means rays. Urja Kiran. Philosophically, the word Urja Kiran also has a meaning that it gives the hope of light. The hope of light means in a condition of world where the entire world is facing the extreme versions of pollution, Urja Kiran is actually a path of light that can lead us to a completely new world with a lesser amount of pollution. The one of the main important thing that came from the Urja Kiran was Go Electric campaign. Asset ENSAVCON Club has perfectly done its role by conducting the Go Electric campaign. The main objective of this program was to create an awareness on the general public about the efficient management of all forms of energy. It also has an important task in imbibing whether the people have to use the old type of smoke generating diesel and petrol energies and to convert them into the new electrical type of vehicles which could actually lessen the amount of pollution. Go Electric campaign also did a lot of energy conservation activities. As the Urja Kiran is a government, Kerala government initiative, the Go Electric campaign came under the Urja Kiran, also did a good job in it. The main aims of the campaign was to move the country towards 100% e-mobility. As we know that electrical mobility can actually reduce the pollution by 75% of the pollution that is actually caused by the coal and other type of thermal fuels. And other main objective was to change from LPG based combustion systems to the safe electrical cooking systems. It also had a perfect view on how to create an awareness at pan-India level. For this, it had a connection with the central government's policies. To move ahead of the path of a low carbon economy, the Go Electric campaign had a significant role, and as the Asset ENSAVE Club, we have done an excellent job in putting lot of activities under the banner of it. Signature campaign. As a part of the Urja Kiran mission, Asset ENSAVE Club has arranged a signature campaign. It imbibed into the minds of young students about the importance of e-mobility and other electrical systems that could actually reduce the pollution. And other main thing was a public rally. As we know that all kind of common people in the streets could actually see a rally. In their minds, there would be an ignition to understand what is this student doing. From that simple idea, even the common public can understand the values that can be put into their minds from this kind of activities. Actually, it can actually make an innovative thinking even about the common people living. The third one was the seminar on various topics related to SDG 7 and 13. Actually, it was a wonderful session because we actually got a lot of guests, and all of them were experts in their fields, and it actually gave the students a lot more about the topic and had also made them to think on how to make this electrical mobility and electrical based low pollution systems an important part of their life. So with all this, I would like to conclude my report presentation, and with my full confidence and with my full mind, I can say that Asset Green and ENSAVE Club has done everything possible to make sure that every child in our campus understands that electrical systems that can replace this old petrol and other fossil fuel systems would actually reduce the pollution and can actually conserve a lot amount of energy. Conserving even a unit of energy is like protecting and saving 100,000 or 1 billion living cells. With this, I would like to conclude my report presentation. Thank you.
Vaishnavi, please proceed.
Next up, we have a short film which was directed by the students of S6EE, and it has an important role to show what is the importance of energy conservation in the life of ordinary people. We hope all of you have loved this short film, which gives us the message of energy conservation. Next up, we have a beautiful violin presentation from Pranav of S2 Triply. Hope you all like this awesome performance. Next up. Next up, we would like to show you some of the videos that has been done by Ahalya ENSAVE Club and Ahalya Alternative Energy combinedly. Both of them, Ahalya ENSAVE Club and Ahalya Alternate Energy, does a lot in the field of green energy and energy conservation. Let's look at some of them.
Introduction. Solar energy is the most abundant renewable energy source in the world. Solar energy system refers to technologies that convert sun's heat or light to another form of energy for use. In order to address the global challenges of energy security, climate change, and sustainable development, there is a pressing need to accelerate the present deployment of solar photovoltaic technologies. Solar panel is a key technology option to realize the shift to a decarbonized energy supply and is projected to emerge as an attractive alternate electricity source which is abundant. Objective. In this report, we examine the various factors contributing to the economically viable solar power standalone system, such as usage of utility, power demand, design, balance of system, bill of quantity, inverter efficiency, solar panel, installation and recommendation of on-grid solar plant for the residential home.
Different types of solar energy usage. First one, solar light energy, photovoltaic PV, electricity produced directly from light. Solar heat energy, concentrated solar power, CSP, electricity produced by steam. Solar water heating, solar pool heating, hot water for pool. Solar water heating, SWH or solar thermal, hot water for domestic use, DHW. Solar electricity, photovoltaic effect. Here photo means light and voltaic means produce voltage. Photovoltaic PV system converts directly into electricity. PV terminology. Cell. PV cell means most basic unit of a solar PV system. PV module consists of multiple PV cells connected in series to provide higher voltage output. PV array system composed of multiple PV modules. PV array line diagram of panel. As we can see in this picture, these solar panels are connected in series wiring. Connecting solar panels together in series is used to increase the total voltage. Solar panels in series add up or sum the voltage produced by each individual source or panel gives the total output voltage of array as we seen in the picture. On-grid solar power plant. On-grid means your solar system is tied to your local utility grid. This is what most residential homes will use because you are covered if your solar system under or overproduce in regards to your varying energy need. All this means for you is that your utility system acts as your battery space if you are producing more energy with your solar panels or solar system than you are using. The excess energy is sent to your grid utility company, allowing you to build credit that you can cash out within the end of the year in a process called net metering. Being grid tied is beneficial because you don't have to buy an expensive battery backup system to store any excess energy. On-grid solar power plant. Electricity produced by solar panel array is DC current which is converted to AC with the help of inverter. Here, utility system acts as your battery backup or battery space. In addition with solar power plant, we also recommend solar water heater. Solar water heater, also called domestic hot water system, can be a cost-effective way to generate hot water for your home. They can be used in any climate and the fuel they use is sunshine. How they work. Solar water heating system include tanks and solar collectors. There are two types of solar water heating system: active, which have circulating pumps and controls; direct circulation system. Pumps circulate household water through the collectors and into the home. They work well in various climates where it rarely freezes. Storage tanks and solar collectors. Most solar water heaters requires a well-insulated storage tank. Solar storage tanks have an additional outlet and inlet connected to and from the collector. In two-tank system, the solar water heater preheats water before it enters the conventional water heater. In one-tank system, the backup heater is combined with the solar storage in one tank. Three types of solar collectors are used in residential application. The flat plate collector. Glazed flat plate collectors are insulated, weatherproof boxes that contain a dark absorber plate under one or more glass or plastic covers. Unglazed flat plate collectors typically used for solar pool heating. It has dark absorber plate made of metal or polymer without a cover or enclosure. Integral collector storage system, also known as ICS or BAS system. They feature one or more black tanks or tubes in an insulated glazed box. Cold water first passes through the solar collector which reheats the water. The water then continues on the conventional backup water heater, providing a reliable source of hot water. They could be installed only in mild freeze climates because the outdoor pipe would freeze in severe cold weather. Evacuated tube solar collector. They feature parallel rows of transparent glass tubes. Each tubes contain a glass outer tube and metal absorber tube attached to a fin. The fin coating absorbs solar energy but inhibits radiative heat loss. These collectors are used more frequently for US commercial applications. Site visit and feasibility study. The aim of site visit is to do feasibility study of solar rooftop photovoltaic system installation with respect to usage of electrical appliances and evaluate its application, load pattern and access shade-free area availability. The site address is near Selvam Park, Erode, Tamil Nadu. The highlights of site visit and feasibility studies are summarized below. Site is accessible and well connected by road and roof terrace is 30 feet above ground level and has very less dust particles in surrounding and excellent open to sky exposure. True south direction is 180 degree from bungalow entrance orientation. Shade-free available area on the top roof terrace is approximately 2.08 meters into 4.7 meters. Expandable evaluated shade-free area connected to top roof terrace will be 1 meter into 4 meter. Distance between adjacent property on east side is 50 feet and west side is 20 feet. Terrace area has two pipes for rainwater drain. Water from the overhead water tank will be available for panel cleaning. Inverters and batteries installation can be done on lower terrace area.
The installation of solar power system involves the following major steps. First one is audit, second one is collecting load detail, third one is discussion with C-Cube Solar and customer, fourth one is capacity of solar plant recommendation, fifth one is civil foundation job, sixth one is assembly and fixing of support structure, seventh one is mounting of solar modules on the support structure, eighth one is interconnection of SPV panel in series and parallel configuration, charge control unit and junction box, and ninth one is earthing of lightning protection unit. Collecting load detail. Here you can see a tabular column. Based on that, load should get 12,050 watt-hour per day. Unit consumption per day is 12 units approximately. Average EB billing by month is 19,000. Approximately per unit charge is rupees 6.60. Weather data. This graph shows the weather data. Recommendation and design of solar plant. Capacity of one solar panel is 250 watt. Recommended capacity of solar panel is 4 kilowatt. Number of solar panel required is 16 panel. Unit consumption is 4 to 5 units. Recommended type of solar cell is mono PERC type. Total unit consumption is approximately 20 units. Average unit generation by monthly is 3,840 units. Installation charges for PV panel. Solar panel installation charge per kilowatt is rupees 80,000. Total installation cost is 3,20,000. Energy generated by the panel and the cost of energy generated is rupees 50,360. Erection work. panel mounting structure, water heater installation, C-Cube solar metering system connection, generated energy reading. Inverters. Inverters change direct current to alternating current. Power output of the inverter is 5 kW. Standard inverter available in market is 500 volt ampere. Select 500 volt ampere inverter. Assume inverter efficiency as 90%. Energy input to the inverter should be 2450 watt hour per day divided by 0.9 equals to 2722 watt hour per day. Calculation of payback period. Cost generated by the PV panel by month is approximately Rs 15,000. Cost generated by the PV panel per year approximately 1,50,000. Plant commissioning charges Rs 3,60,000. Civil work and etc. Rs 30,000. Total charges Rs 3,90,000. Payback period approximately 4.5 years. Conclusion. Solar power is an immense source of directly usable energy and ultimately creates other energy resources, biomass, wind, hydropower and wave energy. Most of the Earth's surface receives sufficient solar energy to permit low-grade heating of water and building, although there are large variation with latitude and season. At low latitude, simple mirror devices can concentrate solar energy sufficiently for cooking and even for driving steam turbines. This result showed promise for solar development in future. Heartily thanks to C-Cube Solar. I hope all of you understood the section. Thank you.
First of all, we did had a small grievance in the last conclave. In the last conclave, we presented the 8.4 megawatt wind plant, and now we have the 1 megawatt through solar. Its installation is presented now. And up next, we have the presentation that shows the report of our academic activities. It would be done by Mr. Arjun of S4 EEE. Arjun, are you ready?
Yes. Good evening to one and all present here. I am Arjun M of second year EEE asset. We are here today to discuss about the report of econ measures of asset Green 9 Club. National Energy Conservation Day. This day is observed by the Union Ministry of Power Bureau of Energy Efficiency every year on 14 December. In 2001, the Energy Conservation Act was implemented by BE. To celebrate this day, several events, including discussions, competition, debates, and workshops and conferences, are held throughout the country. This day spreads awareness about energy efficiency and the importance of conserving it. The National Energy Conservation Day, as you all know, is celebrated from the first week of 8 to 14 December. As a part of it, a celebration was the BE had organized a national level planting competition for energy conservation as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The theme of this competition was Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Energy Efficient India, and Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Cleaner Planet. On 14 December, the winners of these national level competitions will be awarded. Our members, as a member of Alias Enslave Club, our college has done a lot of energy conservation activities, like this stickers distributed by college Enslave Club throughout various institutions in Palakkad. This one was done in Adi Shankara Vidyapitham, Kalyakadu, and throughout Ahalya Public School, Assisi Higher Secondary School, Kanjikode, Vijayamada Convent HSS. Ahalya Enslaved Club had organized various energy conservation awareness program in following institution in Palakkad: Adi Shankara Vidyapitham, Nallepalli, Ahalya Public School, Assisi Higher Secondary School, Kanjikode, Basel Evangelical Mission Higher Secondary School, Bharatmada Higher Secondary School, GHS Elepulli, GBHS Chittoor, Government Model High School, MES HSS Olokot, PMG HSS Palakkad, SNPS Elepulli, Sri Krishna High School and Higher Secondary Nallepalli, St. Paul's English Medium School, St. Paul's Higher Secondary School, Vijayamada Convent Chittoor, etc. Our NCR Club has organized various energy conservation awareness programs. One of them is by distributing these stickers throughout all institutions in Palakkad, spreading the energy conservation of energy. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun. Next up, we have the project demonstration based on SDG 7 and 13.
Our project is a load alarm system which alerts the user on peak time to turn off the non-priority loads where the demand for electricity is very high. In future, even the residential buildings will also be charged by real-time prices. So during peak time, the non-priority loads can be turned off to reduce the electricity bills. The device allows the customers to set a duration for a peak time and alerts them if the load exceeds a certain limit during that interval. The current flowing through the circuit is measured to determine the load limit, which triggers the alarms. Here, 2 lamps are considered as priority loads and the other 2 as non-priority ones. We can set the peak load duration with push buttons given, and an alert message will be displayed during peak hours, and the alarm will be triggered if non-priority load is switched on during that interval.
Good evening, one and all present here. I'm Jamshir of Final Triply. I'm here to brief about our project called Automated Spotlight. The main objective of the project is about energy conservation. We know that a major amount of energy have been wasted due to the unwanted working of lights and fans. So we have developed a solution which is called Automated Spotlight. The key feature of the project is that bulb or fans will be lightened only if a person is spotted on a specified coordinate or a location. Imagine that if a man is entering into a hall, a bulb at the position of the person will only be turned on. And if the natural lighting is enough, the bulb will not be lightened. With the methodology of automated spotlight is that Raspberry Pi uses the live footage of the CCTV camera to identify the coordinates of the person using object detection algorithm called MobileNet SST Cafe model. Each bulbs in the hall will be assigned to a specific coordinates so that if a person is detected in that coordinate, the light will start working. At the same time, the LDR will be also constantly verifying the natural lighting present in the hall. We suggest this project to use on a large or normal sized halls or in auditoriums, etc. Because with a single CCTV camera, we can cover a large area so that the components required for this big automation process will be less. This is also main advantage over old methods present. Now I will show the simulation result. As you can see, the bulbs allotted for each coordinates are lighting up along with the person. At this time, LDR is kept dark. Now the LDR is opened and it gets sufficient light so that the bulbs are not lighting up. So this is the working of automated spotlight. Thank you. Good evening.
Next up, we have the presentation of big farming and BizTech. BizTech. The motto of BizTech is technology through vision. It was a startup initiative by the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. BizTech is a startup of IEEE department initiated for the purpose of developing automatic sanitizers inaugurated by Mr. Pradesh V, President Palgat Management Association on 11th November 2021. The BizTech also has a variety of project ideas. BizTech is led by Dr. G. Muruganan sir, HOD IEEE department. The technical aspects like designing is handled by S7 IEEE students under the guidance of Mr. Manikasum sir, Mr. Radhakrishnan sir, Mr. Dinesh sir. The aim of BizTech is to generate the spark of innovation to the young minds and making a place for engineers to display their talents in entrepreneurship, developing live projects that can resolve environmental problems like UN SDG 7 and 13 based project supports. Automatic hand sanitizer. Automatic hand sanitizer is one of the first projects that the BizTech has done. First of all, we made a prototype model and it had some limitations, and that limitations were studied properly, and the final model was thus then made working. The automatic hand sanitizer works like a usual automatic hand sanitizer. However, the cost and other factors like the quality is highly improvised. When we are placing the hands under the nozzle before the sensor is activated and the hand sanitizer is sprayed onto the hands of the person who is in front of the machine. And this is the circuit diagram of that hand sanitizer machine. These are the pictures that shows the working of the hand sanitizer machine. Cradle system. Cradle system is also developed by the Vistec. It's a simple cradle system and it is suitable for making babies sleep, and it is safe and comfy. The project was completely based on a need of an individual, and Vistec was able to do it. Instead of using any kind of complex mechanism, the product uses simple mechanism. It was successful and the couples were able to rest their child in the cradle. The project also emphasized the use of low-cost materials with effective safety. In short, we had done all the projects that came to us with 100% efficiency. It was all due to the presence and vision of our respected HOD sir, Sri Murugan sir, and our Manikasan sir, Dinesh sir, and Radhakrishnan sir. So the cradle or hand sanitizing mission, we have done it perfectly. Next, we have an music session, an instrumental magic by Mr. Pramod of S6 EEE department.
Good one, guys. Good one.
Next up, I would like to introduce Ms. Adarsha for future plans.
Good evening, one and all. I'm Adarsha of S2 EEE. Now I'm gonna share the future endeavors Asset ENSAVCON has planned for the execution in the 2022 and 23. Okay. After the last conclave due to the pandemic, the activities were low, but still our students managed to do some activities with limitations. In the year 2021 and 22, we have conducted many programs as a part of IGEN Plus, and we have completed with a great success. Moreover, in the following years, we will try to achieve our objectives. Public health, automation project, energy audit, and new
I think Adarsha is having some network issues, so I would continue the presentation. These are our agenda for the upcoming year 2022 to 2023, such as public health automation projects, energy audit, and new energy conservation projects. public help by cooperating with Elepuli Gram Panchayat, which is one of the panchayat which got president recognition due to its water conservation projects, and they are cooperating with us. ENSAVE Club would mainly focus on SDGs 7 and 13 base areas of work, and we will surely try to ensure that proper management of water resources has done with the help of various electrical and electronic instrumentation and measurement tools. Automation projects. Automation engineering is growing, and hope we could combine the EEE principles with automation projects. Based on SDGs 7 and 13 based projects, we could actually make a wonderful magic out of this energy audit study. As earlier mentioned by our respective HOD sir, energy audit study would be our one of the priority, and we would try our best to make sure that each and every student in our campus gets a good idea on energy audit and would be able to conserve and give advices to others to conserve the energy. And other types of energy conservation projects will also be done by us. Association with the Energy Management Center Trivandrum. Asset Green 9 ENSAVE Club has a good support from the government of Kerala through the Energy Management Center Trivandrum. EMC focuses on making Kerala state sustainable by implementing the ideas of government through various agencies like Asset Green 9 ENSAVE Club. In the view of it, to EMC, Asset Green 9 ENSAVE Club will celebrate various days like National Energy Conservation Day, World Water Day, and World Environment Day. In short, we would like to conclude this. We would repeat the same energetic performance as we did earlier this time also through the mantras mentioned by the Green 9 ENSAVE, and the green engineering principle would be given to the young ignited minds. By this way, we could make the engineers with good environmental values. Thank you. Next up, I would like to call Swati Miss for the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Swati, Assistant Professor, Electrical Department. First of all, I would like to thank IGEN Club and all the coordinators of the club for giving us a chance to be a part of this great event. And I'm very happy to express my thanks to our principal, Sri Mahadevan Pillai sir, Dr. G. Murugan sir, Head of the Department, EEE, for constantly motivating our students. Then, I would like to thank teaching and non-teaching staffs and all the viewers of this program. Finally, I must say a very, very huge thanks to our students, without whom all these things won't happen. They have put their 100% effort and time to make all these things success. You guys made us proud. Finally, thanking you everyone. Thank you so much.
So from Higher School of Engineering and Technology, thank you, IGEN. Thank you, Ramesha. Thank you, Madan sir. Thank you all. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. That was a great effort and great show from Mahalia School of Engineering and Technology, Palakkad. So we are hoping for the best in the upcoming events also, sir. So we are expecting the same enthusiasm and the same participation in all our ENSAVE Club activities. Like Sir told, this is only because of the students, and this is I would like to say a special note to Pramod, who is the all-rounder of Mahalia School of Engineering and Technology. Hats up and keep trying and keep playing with the music. That is the soul of life. So congrats, Pramod, for the activities and all the music you've given. So thank you, Mahalia School of Engineering. Thank you, Muruganand sir, and thank you, Gautam, for sharing the PPTs and all the stuff from Mahalia School of Engineering. Thank you, Swati ma'am, for your wonderful input. So,
thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
all. Have a good day. Good night.
All the best. Yeah, thank you. So, Beno sir, Ishrat ma'am,
Yes, sir.
your felicitations.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really great, sir. Like they have presented very well. Ahlia School of Engineering have given the projects were very good, and the way they have coordinated, it was very well planned and very well done. And the flow of events was also very good. So I think they have organized the event much more better way. And I think as a special recognition, as an ENSAVE Club head, I think a small video of this can be posted on our YouTube specifically as a guidance for all the NSAFE clubs also, sir. Thank you one and all who have been a part of this conclave. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Renuka, ma'am. Bino, sir. Pandian, sir.
Yeah, Madan sir.
Yes, sir.
Audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's audible, sir.
Yeah. Very wonderful presentation by Agalia School of Engineering. Thank you so much, participants, for your efforts. Really enjoyable one. I thank one of the faculty advisor of Agalia School of Engineering for his motivation and leadership. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Renuka, ma'am. So, audience, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, so the school has, Agalia School has organized the program in a very good manner. They have given it in our agenda. They have not wasted the time by, they just click with the link. They have actually did the program very well, and it was a very organized way they have done it, and the HOD sir also presented his this idea, and that was also very nice. And student projects, 2 projects which was displayed is also very nice. And all the organizers who took efforts, and the playback which is coming for entertaining us in between was also very good idea. And every single step they have taken is to be appreciated, and all the efforts for the whole team of Agalia College.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful work. Pandian, sir. Yes, sir.
Presentation by all engineering colleges, particularly participants and faculty advisor, HODs. So they have presented in a good manner. Also, excellent program. I congratulate all the participants and the engineering colleges. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all our YouTube viewers and all the colleges who have participated actively from morning till night. It's 8:30. So this is Madan, head of IGEN, signing off. I will meet tomorrow by 10 o'clock sharp for our IGEN ENSAVCON version 2.0. Thank you. Good night.